turned sacred energy and subconscious rewiring into an international bestseller. It's Oxana Lovich, and she's the author of Abundance, A Fulfilled Path to Success. And it's a powerful guide to mastering your health, relationship, mindset, and life purpose, all while staying spiritually aligned. So we're going to talk about this concept of abundance. We're talking with Oxana Lovich, and she's an amazing person, former competitive ballroom dancer. She's shared the stage with speakers like Jack Canfield, and she has many things to tell us about tapping into our intuition when making those big decisions in business or life. So, Oxana Lovich, happy to be speaking with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm blessed to be here.
And I am blessed to have you here. You've got a scented candle and a flower and everything just for little old me. So what did I leave out of that bio? What are you all about?
Well, so I came from Russia when I was like in my 20s. I had like quite interesting life in Russia. I was also an actress. I was a theater actress. And when I came to America, I was doing acting, but I was always studying psychology at the same time. And then when I discovered my path, I just delved deep and I continue expanding and loving it.
And what is your path, and why give that up? If you were an actress in Russia, why not continue with that?
So when I was 16 and even 14, I always wanted to be an actress. But I also was very interested in psychology. But when I was 17 and 18, I just couldn't imagine myself being a psychologist, being a transformational teacher, because I myself was going through so much and I felt like I needed help. Eventually, once I was able to master many of my fears, and when I healed myself, even though I believe it's a journey, like I continuously expanding, right? But when I started feeling powerful about myself, then I started just teaching my friends, and I realized, oh my goodness, that was my passion, that was my purpose. And acting, I already did not like. Like when I was in America, I did not enjoy it because I always felt like I was not in control of the type of roles I was given. And I did not like the idea that somebody kind of makes my career for me. So like, it's not like I wasn't feeling fully in control. And I always see myself being the director of my own career, not being an actress in somebody's movie.
Right. That makes perfect sense that you wanted to be the one in control in the driver's seat. And that has led you to this. And so I'm curious about this transformation that you mentioned, that you said that you overcame a lot of your own kind of internal struggles and obstacles. So what was going on with you? How have you changed?
Well, my parents passed away very early, and then I grew up in a very abusive environment. So I definitely did not feel good about myself. I was honestly a complete mess. Like my life was so challenging, even though I was always ambitious. I was always a hard worker, so I always had success. Like at that level, even like when I was 19, I was already successful. Everything I was doing, I was achieving success, but I was not feeling well. I was feeling so bad about myself. I consistently found myself in the moments of deep depression, and it was really, really hard to live life. But I definitely transformed that. It was a journey, but the way I feel right now and the way I create my life right now is just so different than it was before. And I also I feel so blessed by helping others and seeing results. It makes me so happy. I think like that's what makes me the most happiest.
Of course, that's a very human thing to feel, very natural to say, well, I could achieve all these things and make myself happy, but boy, making others happy, that seems to be what life's all about. And I'm curious about what sort of changes you did make. Like, were there any aha moments or anything that really just like woke you up and said, whoa, I have to think and act differently?
Yes, so I was studying different psychology book and I was attending different classes. But until I discovered that I needed to transform my subconscious mind, it felt like I knew everything, but nothing worked. And it felt even worse because I felt like I was a victim of my circumstances, victim of my life, because I would consistently repeat unpleasant patterns and attracted so many horrible circumstances that felt that they were even worse and worse each time. So, but then I discovered hypnosis, and I was completely transformed already from the first session. And that is when I knew that I would devote my life to studying the subconscious mind, because I've realized how fast you can achieve results. And honestly, who wants to study and learn all their life and not achieve fast results, right? I
Right.
believe that the faster we achieve results, the easier our life becomes, right? So, and that's how I devoted my life to rapid transformational therapy. And the more I was transforming my subconscious mind, the lighter I felt. Oh my goodness. And I was just so blessed that the world has all this help for us. That, like if we are born not in the best environment, right, or experience lots of traumatic events, we can all heal it, and we can also become even lighter than some people who don't do any work and who don't have any traumatic events. Because I do believe like some teachers who went through the most traumatic events, they achieve enlightenment quite faster, because we just
Mm.
delve so deeper and then we realize, oh my goodness, our potential is infinite. If we just
Yeah.
remove all of this that doesn't serve us and start living in a state of certainty, complete trust, and in a state of abundance, we will have the motivation, the inspiration, the energy, and we will definitely accomplish whatever we desire if it comes from our soul. Even if it's not, even if it doesn't come from our soul, we may not enjoy it. But when we truly discover a true purpose and eliminate all that doesn't serve us, we truly can start living the life of fulfilled success. And fulfilled success is success, abundance, and fulfillment in every area of life.
Very amazing, very powerful. You packed a lot in there. You're blowing my mind. This idea of you figure out your true purpose and then you take away what doesn't serve you, and you speed this up because life is way too short to try to do this by trial and error. And we all have different starting points in life, and it's very random. And what I'm getting from you is that there's a real danger in that middle mediocrity, in the average, because there's some people where life is just okay, right? It's not good, it's not bad, so they don't have a real reason to improve. But then if life really hits you hard, you have these real struggles, adversities, and you really have to work at it, and then you can kind of get on this upward path and really achieve something. And so you say that hypnosis is really important for you, and I think you mentioned this like rapid transformational therapy. And so, but that, as you know, like there's many different forms of hypnosis. So what worked for you? What do you really like about your path of hypnosis?
Yes, so some people, when they hear hypnosis, they may even be afraid because they believe like somebody take control over your brain. The hypnosis that I've studied and committed my life to study is rapid transformational therapy. It's technique that you can go deeper into your theta state of consciousness, and that is exactly where certain trauma resides. Unfortunately, as adults, unless we learn how to tune into that state of consciousness, we may not even remember we have certain beliefs. And that's why I say it's so essential to reprogram the subconscious. And this particular technique helps individual through 3 or 5 scenes from their childhood to discover what type of beliefs they themselves created about life or themselves. And once individuals realize, oh my goodness, it was just me as a little child because I didn't know a lot about life, or maybe I didn't have a good guidance. I literally decided that something is wrong with me, or I decided that life is not easy, or success is challenging, success is not available for me. People create all types of beliefs. And sometimes they create them not even logically. Like, for example, certain event, like, for example, a mother just being very aggressive because she wants the result from the child, can make a belief in a child that something is wrong with him or her. And then that belief can affect every area of life, because now they may believe that because of something wrong with me, I can never really achieve that success. And that's why when they even envision their goal, they feel tight. Like it becomes so impossible for the even like nervous system, that they find themselves in a pattern of procrastination, or they may achieve some success, but then they create so many different things and literally destroy that success, like
Hmm.
make their path so much more difficult. But once you discover the beliefs, with my favorite method, for example, rapid transformational therapy, oh my goodness, you just like, you no longer look at life the same as you looked before. And I know it will still require some dedication, because just discovering beliefs doesn't mean you're going to heal them and transform them in one day. You have to commit to reprogramming them. But once you feel those glimpses of what is possible, it will motivate you to improve. So spiritual work or work on your subconscious mind will no longer be a chore. Rather than like, you're like, oh my God, I don't even want to go out tonight because I want to study this. I want to transform deeper. And only then I'll go, like, you know what I mean? Like your priorities change because you start realizing, oh my goodness, what's possible is magical.
Yeah, it's like if you don't go to the gym very often, you dread it, you don't want to go. But there are people that look forward all day long to going to the gym later because it's something that they like to do and they know that they'll feel good afterwards. And it's just something that's become a habit. And so, what I'm getting from what you shared with us so far is that beliefs and stories really like harden our behavior, right? And our parents and our family, they didn't know, they were just living one day after another, day to day, and then they might have done or said something to us that then kind of became hardened as one of these stories. So you're saying that with this rapid transformational therapy, you focus on these 3 or 5 stories just to kind of like break that mold, right? And kind of get to the source of this self-sabotage, procrastination, bad behavior, just holding ourselves back in these ways. And so we've been speaking so far with Oxana Lovich, author of Abundance, A Fulfilled Path to Success. And it's an amazing book where you'll learn how to abolish these negative subconscious beliefs, become a vibrational match for success, master your health, acquire positive self-image, become present and fulfilled, and so many other things. And because books with stories are great and podcasts with stories are great, it has me really curious and interested about one of your stories, Miss Oksana, because you've lived an amazing life so far, it sounds like, with the dancing and the acting, and now with the kind of being kind of like a self-help motivational guru. But you tell me, is there a really juicy, fun, interesting story you think you could share with us today?
So a story of transformation, right?
Yeah, or whatever you think, but transformation seems to be our current topic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that what happened is, so I was an actress for quite a long time, since I started since 17. And so I devoted my life to acting at that time more than psychology. And I was just shifting into the world of psychology, but it was so difficult for me to let go of acting because I felt like, oh my goodness, I devoted so much time. I was studying so much. I went to so many different schools. I was like working 12 hours a day in Russia to be like the best actress in a theater. I committed my life. And then suddenly my sister was supposed to come from, not my sister, but my cousin. We call cousin sisters in Russia. She was supposed to come from Russia, and they literally did not give her visa. For what reason, I don't know. And I said, oh my goodness, we were supposed to go to Hawaii instead. I said, you know what, just whatever divine will do for me, I will follow that path. And at that time, I felt like I didn't feel good about myself because I felt so incomplete, and I felt like a failure in acting world because I'm kind of leaving the acting, and I was so afraid to step into the world of spirituality still. Anyway, long story short, I am driving to an audition and I'm literally open the door, and a car hits my door so badly. And this man, actually, his name was Jesus. I believe in some synchronicity too. So long story short, my car is now at the mechanic, and I was driving Mercedes, and I didn't want to take Mercedes for a long drive. They gave me a loaner. So I said, okay, cool. Because I have this loaner now, I'm going to go to Yosemite Park. When I came to the Yosemite Park, my dog, Buddha, Pomeranian, he started like he couldn't breathe. He was suffocating. So I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I went to the restaurant. I said, I need water for my dog. I don't know, something's going on with him. I met a lady in that restaurant, and she said, you should go to Mount Shasta. Guess what happened? I'm checking, it's like another 7 hours. I said, I'm going to Shasta. After that moment, my life changed. After Mount Shasta, I got into the ceremony. Oh my goodness. I was laying on the ground and I was just feeling the earth. I was feeling every single frequency of love and light, and I knew who I was. From that moment point, I never did acting. I committed fully into being a transformational teacher, and that's how the story began.
Very cool. So you looked at the opportunity, and she said go to Mount Shasta, and you were like, hey, I'll listen to advice, right? I'll be open to what the world is giving me. And so you've accomplished so much, had these adventures, and you have this book where you discuss how to master self-love and create a fulfilling relationship, develop excellent communication abilities, discover your true purpose, and so much more. And there's a lot to pack in, right? There's no way we could cover all of it. And so I want to make sure that we focus on what's the most important to you, Miss Oxana Lovich. And so in this conversation that we're having, what is the missing question? What should I be asking you? I just don't know to ask you.
So I would like to share something because my purpose is truly to transform the world, transform as many people as possible. Because I do believe that once we all reach our highest potential, it's going to be so much easier for all of us and also for the planet. And for many years, I had my office in Westwood, California, and I was doing RTT with people. And I've noticed it was very hard for a lot of people to open up sometimes because I'm, first of all, very pretty woman, and some men have had harder time even to go deeper because they were distracted. For women too, sometimes it depends how strong a woman is and how strongly she wants to hold her emotions within. So I've created an online course that has RTT hypnosis in the course. And that's why I believe in it so much, because I know how powerful rapid transformational therapy is. And I know that there is not yet one course in the market, in the US market, that helps individuals to actually transform their subconscious mind. That is why my course guarantees results if you're willing to commit. Like, if you did not achieve the results after committing in 20 days, you will have your money back. That's how confident I am. And that course is just my inspiration, and I would like to share it with the world for those who struggle financially, for those who really believe that they experiencing the same thing again and again and again, for those who work hard and see very little results, or for those who may desire success but don't even know where to begin, maybe suffer with procrastination patterns. And for any single person who would like to reach their highest potential, I would highly recommend to look into it because I do believe that it will help tremendously everybody who is open, willing to commit, and desires something more than they have at this moment.
Yes, and we deserve to have more. And you mentioned earlier this idea that all the information's out there, right? You can look up all these things. We have the tools, but it's just a matter of going for it and sticking with it and finding a guide such as yourself to take us through a course like this and show us what's possible and get us to experience that change and to make it last. And so where can someone find this course?
So it has its own website. It's Quantum Leap to Success. Two with two O's, because it's like too much. But it's never too
Ooh.
much. Overflow.
You're quite the hypnotist, right? They call that phonological ambiguity, right? Where there's the double meaning of the word that's spelled different but sounds the same. And so that's Quantum Leap TOO Success, where you can be subconsciously programmed to create success in anything that you desire to accomplish. We've been speaking with Oxana Lovich, who comes from the humble roots of Russia to landing in the United States, and she knows what it's like to want more for yourself. And no matter the obstacle to success, she can teach you how to overcome it. So we want you to check out that book. It's the course is at Quantum Leap TOO Success, and then the book is on Amazon, and it's called Abundance: A Fulfilled Path to Success. It's a brilliant guide to a life of fulfilled success in every aspect. We're talking about harmonious prosperity to lasting happy relationships, vigorous health, emotional well-being, a higher state of consciousness, to your ability to be in control of your actions and decisions. So we mentioned Quantum Leap TOO Success, Abundance: A Fulfilled Path to Success. That's the book. Is there any other place we should go as far as next steps, or is that a good starting point?
I think it's a good starting point, unless you have a question.
Ooh, and then if they have a question, how do they contact you?
Okay, so actually, I can recommend something on my website, Quantum Leap to Success. The website is created for the course. I also give away free questionnaires. So every individual that is interested to find out whether they hold limiting beliefs or not, they can start with questionnaires, because there are 2 questionnaires, and each one of them is designed to discover whether you hold limiting beliefs about success or not. And I think it's very interesting to do it, because once you become aware you hold limiting beliefs, it's the first step to the next step of transformation.
I like it. It's the first step to solving the problem. And so you say, when we go to quantumleaptoosuccess.com, we'll find that questionnaire right there on the website, correct?
Once you see the question, you just click it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to discover if you hold limiting beliefs about success? So it's on the front page. You go here. Okay. And now you put your first name, your last name, your email, and I'll send you 2 questionnaires.
Very nice. So that is the logical next step to go is you go to quantumleap2success.com, you click that button, you fill that in, and then also from that you can then find that book, Abundance: A Fulfilled Path to Success. So as we are headed to Quantum Leap to Success, it's time for the scary part of the show, Miss Oksana Lovich, where I try to stump you, I try to put you on the spot by asking you about a fun quote or lesson that has served you. So what comes to mind as far as a fun quote or lesson?
Recently, all my lessons became fun, because you can look at your life and you can put your circumstances in a comedy or drama, right? Like in the beginning of my life, everything felt so dramatic. Right now, I honestly always try to laugh at myself. So laugh at myself when I make mistakes. The lessons that I've experienced, I think like most of my lessons, like in the past, I think they were connected with relationship, like relationship, what type of partners I would attract. And I would often attract partners who diminish me until the very last moment when I broke free from all of that. And my recent lessons, I think, were just continuously understanding that I am serving the creator, so that I'm not getting lost in the ego, especially when you go to places like New York, like where you're like the star of the fashion show, but you still you continuously pray and strengthen your intention. And that is my biggest lesson right now, so that I never get touched with that particular purpose, not get lost in social media or on the glances of a magazine, even though I am I will be there, and I'm already there. But the purpose is just so much higher than that.
Of course. So serve your creator, which is great because it means you have humility, but then you're also not holding yourself back, right? You kind of have the gratitude, but you're also applying the persistence. And so it's a wonderful message that you have. It's a wonderful book you have. We've been speaking with Miss Oksana Lovich, author of Abundance, A Fulfilled Path to Success. That's on Amazon. And her website is Quantum Leap, TOO Success. Go there, transform yourself now. You'll love it. And thank you very much, Miss Oksana, for being here and helping us out, being raw and authentic, sharing your own beliefs, stories, ideas. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.